He was tall, lean, and walked with a calmness that made defenders underestimate him until it was too late. His touch was magical, his vision unmatched. He wasn't just a footballer, he was a miracle, a symbol of grace, resilience, and genius on the pitch. This is the story of Nwankwo Kanu, the boy from Maori who conquered the world with a heart that almost gave out, but a spirit that never did. Before we dive into this unbelievable journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because what you're about to hear isn't just a football story, it's a story of survival, faith, and destiny. Nwankwo Kanu was born on August 1, 1976 in Maori, Imo State, Nigeria. He grew up in a modest home in a large family, surrounded by love but limited resources. Like many kids in Nigeria, he played barefoot football in the streets using oranges, socks, or plastic as balls. But even among a sea of boys, he stood out not just for his height, but for his elegance. He was tall, lanky, and moved with a smoothness that felt almost effortless. Kanu's football journey began at Nigerian club Federation Works before he moved to Nwankwo Nationale. It wasn't long before he was spotted by scouts from the Nigerian under-17 team, and in 1993, he exploded onto the world stage at the FIFA U17 World Cup in Japan. He didn't just participate, he dazzled. Nigeria won the tournament, and the world took notice of this tall, magical teenager with a football brain far beyond his years. After his performance in Japan, top European clubs came calling. Kanu signed for Dutch giants Ajax, a team known for developing young talent. And at Ajax, he quickly proved he was ready for Europe. He won league titles and played a key role as Ajax lifted the UEFA Champions League in 1995. It was a dream start for any young African player. But just as his star began to rise, disaster struck. In 1996, Kanu signed with Italian giants into Milan. But during his medical examination, doctors discovered a serious heart defect, one that required immediate surgery. For many, this would have been the end. A career stopped before it truly began. But not for Kanu. He underwent open heart surgery. And instead of disappearing, he came back. Stronger, braver, more determined. In 1997, just months after surgery, he returned to football and proved the doubters wrong. But his greatest resurrection would come in England. In 1999, Arsene Wenger brought Kanu to Arsenal. The Premier League was physical, fast, and ruthless. But Kanu adapted with class. He didn't just play, he mesmerized. He scored outrageous goals, pulled off impossible assists, and became a fan favorite at Highbury. That famous hat trick against Chelsea in just 15 minutes will forever live in Premier League history. Kanu was unpredictable. One moment, it looked like he'd lost the ball. The next, he'd flick it, spin, and score with a smile on his face. He was football's artist, graceful, stylish, and intelligent. At Arsenal, he won 2 Premier League titles and 2 FA Cups. He was part of the legendary Invincibles squad of 2003 to 2004, a team that went an entire league season unbeaten. That feat remains one of the greatest achievements in English football history. But Kanu's journey didn't stop there. He later played for West Bromwich Albion and then Portsmouth, where he continued to defy expectations. In 2008, he scored the winning goal in the FA Cup Final for Portsmouth, bringing the club its first major trophy in decades. Even in his 30s, with a heart that had once failed him, Kanu was still delivering magic. On the international stage, he was just as impactful. He represented Nigeria across 3 World Cups and 5 Africa Cup of Nations tournaments. But his most iconic moment came in 1996 at the Atlanta Olympic Games. Nigeria faced global giants Brazil and Argentina, but Kanu led the dream team to gold, scoring twice in the semi-final and securing Nigeria's first ever Olympic gold in football. That victory was more than just a medal. It was a statement that African football had arrived. And Kanu was at the heart of it. But beyond the pitch, Kanu's story is even more powerful. Having survived a life-threatening heart condition, he never forgot what he went through. He used his platform to give back. He founded the Kanu Heart Foundation, a charity that helps children with heart defects get life-saving surgery. Through his foundation, thousands of lives have been saved across Africa. That is legacy. That is greatness beyond football. Kanu is not just a legend for what he did on the pitch. He is a legend for what he represents: hope, humility, and perseverance. He never let fame get to his head. He was never flashy, never arrogant, always calm, always smiling, always humble. In a world full of noise, Kanu let his game and his heart do the talking. He remains one of Africa's most decorated footballers: Champions League winner, Premier League winner, Olympic gold medalist, multiple-time African Footballer of the Year nominee. But more than that, he is a symbol of survival, a walking miracle, a hero to millions. Today, Kanu continues to inspire. He mentors young footballers, runs his foundation, and uses his story to spread awareness about heart health. He is living proof that no matter how dark the storm, you can come out shining. So if you ever watched him glide past defenders like they weren't there, or cheered as he performed the impossible with a smile on his face, then do one thing: hit that subscribe button right now. Because Nwankwo Kanu is not just a name. He is a reminder that giants walk among us. And sometimes, they come with golden boots and a heart of gold.